Hi again, Mark here from talkingbass.net. This week I'm going to be giving you a quick lesson on how to play scales over 2 octaves. Now, as always, a PDF of the lesson material is available from talkingbass.net. Just follow the link below the video, and if you've not been over to talkingbass.net, then make sure to check it out. There's loads more lessons, articles and downloads over there, and if you subscribe, you'll be able to receive the amazing scale reference manual. So when we talk about learning scales, most people think of this. Okay, a 1 octave step-by-step scale up from the root note to an octave higher and back again. But what if you want to learn a 2 octave scale? For one thing, knowing a set fingering for a 2 octave scale means that you're able to move from one position to another quite easily. So I might be playing a C major scale here, and I might want to get up to this pattern up here. Also, if you sit in any bass exams, then you're definitely going to be asked at some point to play a 2 octave scale. So I'm going to show you a quick system for creating a 2 octave fingering using the 1 octave pattern that you already know. Now there's loads and loads of ways that you can play a scale over 2 octaves, but this one is a good start and it allows you to apply the knowledge that you've already acquired. So let's take a C major scale starting on the 8th fret of the E string, starting with the 2nd finger, and just play that up and down. Okay, now have another look at it. That shape is actually 3 patterns, one for each string. On the E string, we've got this whole step pattern here of C and D. Then on the A string, we've got this half step whole step pattern of E, F, G. And then on the D string, we've got this whole step half step pattern of A, B, C. So that's 3 individual patterns, and they're usually how we see these movable scale shapes. So we're going to use this principle in creating this 2 octave scale pattern. So this time I want you to play up that C major scale again, but this time I want you to stop at the 7th, the B. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, stop. Now when you get to there, you should be on the 3rd finger, okay? So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So we're there on the 3rd finger. Now what we want to do is slip across there with the 2nd finger, okay? So we've got the 3rd finger for the B, this 9th fret here, and then we want to play the octave there, the C, at the 10th fret with the 2nd finger. So we have this position shift. So we have 3rd finger, then 2nd finger. Okay, so it might take a while to get that little move off there. Okay, so 3rd finger to 2nd finger, upper fret. If you have a problem with it, just isolate the movement. Okay. So now we're at the C there, the octave on the 2nd finger. So because we're now on the 2nd finger for the octave, we can just repeat that same pattern that we started in the 1st octave. So there at the 10th fret on that C, we just start that pattern again. C major scale there. So we have the whole step pattern, and then we've got the E, F, G there, the half step, whole step pattern that we played down here. So all together we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But of course in this position we can only reach that 12th fret, the G. Okay, so just stop there, that's the 1st step. So you want to keep practicing that until you nail the position shift and you can work through it smoothly. So now we're up to that G, we still need to have the A, the B and the C. So if we look back in that 1st octave pattern there, that last line there on the D string, A, B, C, all we have to do is take that pattern and shift it up here to the A, B, C. So if we play up from that octave there, the 10th fret, C, D, E, F, G, we shift up a whole step and play that last line. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So now right from the start there, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And that's a C major scale over 2 octaves. So play it slowly at first and then just build up speed, and you want to concentrate on those position shifts. We have the position shift here, 3rd finger to the 2nd finger, and then another position shift here from the 4th finger to the 1st finger there. So you want to practice those in isolation. and back down. Back down, it can cause a few problems as well as you slip down from the second finger to the third finger again, but okay. So you can see there that we've just created a 2-octave fingering from the original 1-octave pattern that we already knew. So this can be applied to any other scale as well. So let's now have a look at a G mixolydian, okay? So this is a major scale with a flattened 7th. So if we take this G down here, 3rd fret of the E string, and then we work up, let's have a look at the 1-octave scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, major scale, flattened 7th. And again, we need to be on the same finger at the octave as we were at the root, okay? So with all of these patterns, you just want to make sure that you're on that same finger once you at the octave. So we come up there. So we want to be on the second finger. So we've reached the 7th, just slide up to that octave. And then we're free to repeat the pattern. Again, we run out of room. So we look for that last string there, the E, F and the G, that half step, whole step pattern. And we just put it up here, so we just had to jump up a whole step there. Okay. Now let's have a look at a scale starting on the first finger. So we'll have a look at an A natural minor scale. So if we start there, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Again, we're starting on the first finger, so when we reach the 7th, we want to slide up there so that we're starting again on the first finger, and then we're free to play the pattern again. Then we want to look at that third line there. We've got the G and the A, and bring it up there on the G string. So you might be thinking, okay, that's fine, Mark, but you're starting all the scales on the E string. And you're right. It's much easier to play them this way because we have a lot less shifting to do. So given the choice, you're always best going for the scale starting on the E string. But if you have to play from a root note on the A string, you can simply perform the same trick that we used on the 2-octave scales in the 2nd octave. Now, when we played a C major there, in the 2nd octave we played that scale on 2 strings. Okay, so we had C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So that's a 1-octave scale there, you know, in the 2nd octave, but it's on 2 strings. So if we take a C there, 3rd fret of the A string, C, D, E, F, G. If you stop at that 5th there and have a look at the top line there, A, B, C, we can move that whole step, half step pattern, the A, B, C, down onto the D string, A, B, C, there. So here again, we've got a 1-octave scale on 2 strings, C, D, E, F, G, shift up there. Okay, so that's the first part. So, okay, so you want to practice playing that scale pattern just on 2 strings. Then once you have that nailed, we can perform the same principle on the starting at the octave there. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, shift again up to the 2nd finger, just as we did in the other 2-octave scales, and then we just continue. So we've actually got 2 1-octave scales over 2 strings consecutively, okay? So okay, so there's quite a bit of position shifting there, but just keep practicing it, and over time, you know, it'll seem easy. Obviously, try applying this system to every scale that you know and from every root note available. Once you've really mastered the method, you'll have a great way of climbing up into higher positions. So, for example, you could be noodling around in a C Lydian scale down here, okay? So I want to climb up into this high position. Okay, I use that 2-octave scale pattern there. And I'm up here now, I can noodle around in the top octave. And the same applies to descending. So here I am. Okay, so I just use that same 2-octave scale pattern again to bring myself back down into this position, okay? Okay, so I hope that helps a little with finding your way with these 2-octave scales. Make sure to visit talkingbass.net and download the PDF of all the lesson material. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for updates, and please like this video if it was helpful. Also, if you like playing around with these scales like this, make sure to check out the Talking Bass store where you can buy my ebook, the Study Book of Scales for Bass Guitar. And that's over 200 pages, packed full with stuff like this to practice. It covers the theory, there's a huge encyclopedia of scale patterns, and there's a section completely devoted to practicing scales. So if you're into scales, then it's definitely the book for you, so check it out. Okay, see you later.